Hello guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, this is season 3 of Not Football Manager, the gaming series where I look at football games that are not Football Manager, as it says in the title. If you are returning and you've witnessed us playing as Blackburn Rovers on Premier Manager 98 on the PS1, or you witnessed us playing as Reading FC on the original LMA Manager, also on the PS1 for the time being, then you'll notice we've got a bit of a different look. 'Cause I had a problem down here, which is why there's been such a delay between Season 2 and Season 3. Now, we are going to be playing this, FA Manager. This is published by Eidos. It was produced by Chrysalis Games. So, here's the screen. The first thing, there's no intro for us to look at. So we're just going to get just straight into the game. There's no intro for you to show you. Was completely unaware of this at the time, so picked this up during my research. Now this is made by the team that did make, you notice there, I'll get rid of my face a second. It says, it said special thanks to Sheffield Wednesday FC. So this was produced by a team from Rotherham who also produced European Club Football for the Mega Drive, which was one of the games that had the... There, I'm back. One of the games that had a Sega card, if you remember the Sega cards from the 90s. I think they're about 92. So I'll see, I've got mine somewhere. I'll see if I can drag that out. So I have got a new draw. Now, full disclaimer, a new draw machine. Disclaimer, this is the second attempt at filming this. I had a sound issue. So I'm going to be using some of the footage from the original take and then some new stuff. So we're going to cut over now to that original footage to pick our team. If you're new to the show, this is how this is going to work. So this is the third season. So all of these teams are in a draw. Let me just cut to the draw. There we are. So all of those teams are represented in this draw next to my little manager figure here, except for number 12 Blackburn Rovers, and number 42. So Blackburn Rovers we've played as on Premier Manager 98, or it might be the original Premier Manager, so that's on the channel. I'll put a link in the description in case you've missed that. And then we've also played as Reading on LMA Manager, the incredible LMA Manager, the very first one. So what we're going to do now, everyone else is in there. Previously we had no Swindon. Let me just disable that alert. Previously we had no Swindon or Luton, but since the last show, a few months ago, we've had an upgrade to the draw machine. Right, giving them a spin. Now I've got to go the other way. There we go. Let's just check this. It is number 25. Number 25! So we're going to be playing as ball 25, which is Wimbledon. So Wimbledon are in the Premier League on this. The Premier League order is what is in a very, it's not alphabetical. It's what I presume the Premiership order finished. So you've got Arsenal from the previous year, that is. Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leeds, Blackburn, Aston Villa, West Ham United, Derby County, Leicester City, Coventry City, Southampton, Newcastle United, Tottenham Hotspurs, and then Wimbledon, who we are going to be playing as. So the kind of trying to think, I should have checked this. Was it about 2002, maybe a bit before, that they finally got relegated, and they've yet to return in either of their guises. I would count, as a purist, I would count Wimbledon as AFC Wimbledon, not MK Dons. I know that's not the way everyone else views or sees that. So we're going to be playing the first two games. So if you played this game, if you own this game, let me know what you think. Because like I said, this is I've never heard anyone mention it or discuss it at all. So there we are. 1,813 season tickets have been issued to Wimbledon supporters. Profits from the sales will be credited to your purchase and count at the end of this month. Now, still playing at Selhurst Park in this. And like I said, it is all Friday the August 7th, 1998. So this was 2 days before my 16th birthday. So there's the Prem in that order. So I don't know if Forest, Middlesbrough and Charlton were the teams who came up all the teams that got relegated and they're still in the league because it's not rolled on. So let's have a look what we've got here. So you've got on your controller, if you press the L2 button, it brings you up a little info page. So look, you've got complete days management, team and manager information, transfer list, loan list, list of top players, list of top scorers, save game options. Right guys, so it's just going to take us through to the first game. Man United have won the Charity Shield. There's been a few European games going on. The rest of the divisions have started because obviously we're Premier League, so we start a week after. I have received a bid though here from, look, Masio. Fulham have offered you an offer of 2.4 million for Billy O'Regan. I'm not even sure who that is. So he has gone now off to Fulham, who are in Division 2 on this, which is Division 1 because this is during their big spending phase. Hence why they've probably got 2.4 million. So I'm not gonna make any signings. And there we are. There is Fulham. So look, Fulham versus Man City, League Division 2, prior to the rebrand. So that's what we would call League 1. And they've won that, no doubt, due to. Can I see any results or anything from this? Nope. I was gonna say, this was the year they spent. I think it was £1 million, or 1.3 million, wasn't it, roughly, on Barry Hales. So here we go. Premiership fixtures. Now we're not highlighted, but there we are. We're at home to Spurs. So we're going to get on. So there is commentary on this game by Barry Davies. If you remember the legendary, and he said goalkeeper, the legendary commentator. So we're playing 4-4-2. I'm just going to change that to 4-3-3. All my team sorted now. So in goal, Neil Sullivan, Kenny Cunningham, Chris Perry, Ben Thatcher, who I seem to recall was a left-sided defender, but he's playing right back for us at the minute, so I'll check that elsewhere. He's showing as a defender though on the graphic there because you can see it right at the very top. I've got Armstrong, not totally sure who that is, left. Mark Kennedy, left-sided midfielder who went on to play for Wolves, was from Liverpool originally, I think. Robbie Earle, Peter Fear, and I've got Marcus Gale, Jason Newell and John Hartson as a front three, and then I've got Efan Akuku on the bench. I'm like, in retrospect, they had a really good, a really decent team. So I'm going to go 4-3-3 for this first game. See how we get on. Gareth Ainsworth there, not in the squad, but it's the guy you're probably more familiar as the man, the slightly eccentric, long-haired, kooky manager. Now, like I said, this is the second time through. A real big fan already of this little middle screen graphic. Oh, put it over the bar. Look at this, I'm all over Spurs here. Do you think, would this have been the Christian Gross era? Big long ball into the box. Oh, and he's overheaded that off the line. That is superb from whoever that is. Who would that be? Sol Campbell, Steve Carr, Justin Edinburgh, and then Roman Vega. So, attack down the right side. Shot coming in over the bar. I'm all over them here. I've had 3 shots to their 0 so far. And it's 1-0. Who scored that for me? So it is Jason Newell. He repaid me my faith for putting him in. I feel like, call it episode 1 optimism, but I've got a good team here. Les Ferdinand immediately equalises. I was just saying, I feel like I've got a decent team. I get a couple of additions into this. 2-1 down. Has that gone in? It has gone. Yeah, it has gone in. Looked like it come off the bar. But no, Les Ferdinand's ripping me apart. There goes my optimism. So 2-1 down at half-time. Jason, you'll give me the lead. Les Ferdinand has struck twice. One of which, I've checked the replay, it looked like it hit the bar and came out. But Barry was indicating to me that it was a goal. I can't quite hear him very well because I've got my sound muted or quieter than I'd normally have it in the room if it was just me playing by myself. Right, so stats so far, what have we got? So Neil, Marcus Gale, John Hartson have had a shot. So that's obviously an issue. But midfield's doing well. Julian Armstrong, I have absolutely no idea who that is. I'm going to have to search him up between now and episode 2. He's beaten Ian Walker, but he's put it past the post. Now, what are we on? We're on 65 minutes. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna do a sub. So I'm gonna bring on Effin and Cuckoo for John Hartson. He's not really doing what I was hoping. And I'm gonna bring on. I'm gonna take off. Who's my worst performing midfielder? Kennedy's got good pass percentage, doesn't he? I'm going to take off Peter Fear. I'm going to bring on Kerry Hughes. I was always a fan of his. There we go. On pause. Great challenge. They are breaking down the wing. Squaring the ball over. Has that gone out for a corner? And the shot comes in. Oh, well blocked. I can't quite make out where the ball's going on it. Oh, 2 corners in a row, both overheads from the near post. Obviously worked on that in training. Come on, let's see if we can get back in this, or are we going to end with a draw, end with a defeat in the first game? Oh, there we are. So, potentially have lost my first game charge to Christian Gross. I'll need to check the errors on that. I used to be like, I consider myself a prem aficionado, but my knowledge, now that I start to play these old games, has got dreadful. So here are 6,715 people witnessed that at Selhurst Park. Let's have a look at some key performers. So, John Hartson, he ended up having a shot prior to being subbed. Effin and Cuckoo didn't really do much. Won a few tackles, look. Kerry Hughes has done okay there since he's came on. So there we are, game 1 down. So that we're 18th, we're already in relegation. Yeah, Blackburn, Leicester, Newcastle, Spurs. Right, now we've got Southampton, Liverpool, and after this we'll have a look. It's spending some of that money. So we start with 18 million, and then we got, what was it, 2.4 for the guy who's I'd never heard of, whose name I can't even remember. Right, let's check the loan list first. There's absolutely no one on there that I'm interested in. These are goalkeeper forward. How do I go back? There we go. Right, let's have a look at the transfer list. So what you got? Jose Dominguez from Spurs. Must have just played against him. Christopher Ray. John Spencer. So these look like they're in order. Phil Neville. I feel like that'd be a decent signing for this era. Chris Powell. Dan Petrescu, Ugo Ekiog, Laurent Defoe, Sean Dice. I don't think I need to be any more industrious. Mark Atkins. So we've got some all right players on there. I'm not really sure what my team is yet. But I'm gonna put a little bit in for Phil Neville. So you can't quite see it because of my face. So Phil Neville is worth 2.8 million. So he's worth 2.7 million. So we've got 20 million. They reckon we bid 2.5 for him. Let's do it then. I'm not sure who that is, whether he's like a director of football or Christian Daly, what a player. Now Charlton, are they in my league? I'm gonna try and completely redo my fullbacks. Let's see how we get on with that. We might need to sell someone to get both of them. Oh, Phil Neville is currently considering a better offer. Right, although Chris Powell potentially interested. So what have we got going on here? There's a lot on here, right? So 4 years, profit from sale 3%, salary 80,000 per week. What is this? Signing on fee? Well, so it's split out. Show me his total. What total wages is that? Total. Okay, that seems quite quite in depth. There we are, Chris Powell, welcome aboard. Can't remember if he's got his England cap by now or not. One of the selling points of this that's somewhere on the case is they were talking about, because it's sponsored or because it's in affiliation with the FA, it's got very realistic finances and player data. I'm sure I've not imagined that. I'll check that for episode 2. Maybe I've completely made that up. But we've got Chris Powell, first signing. Phil Neville thinks he's too good for us, so I'll be interested to see where he ends up. Now, how this works. LMA Manager, I only played the one season because I was in what was League 1 for us in real terms. Didn't get promoted, so ended it there. Blackburn, I did 2 seasons. So we'll see how this one season goes with Wimbledon. As long as I don't relegated, I'll probably do a second year. Here we go. So let's get Chris Powell in. Right, it has completely lost all of my changes from last time. That's not a problem. Let's start a Cuckoo this time. Let's leave Marcus Gale. Let's leave Hartson there. I'm going to take Ardley. Do you know what? I'm going to move Ardley over Castledane. And I'm going to bring in Robbie Earle because I feel like he played well last time. I've got Andy Roberts, Kerry Hughes, Mark Kennedy. So let's put Jason Ewell on the bench. I'm just going to have a check through. Now, I have no memory of Michael Hughes being a forward. I think I might already have said that, but I'm sure he was a midfielder. Carl Court, I hadn't even spotted him. But he's on the bench, so might bring him on this game. He must only be about 19-20 at this time. Here we go. So keeping that, at least it's kept at 4-3-3. I wonder if that's trying to help me pick the best team or not, or whether it just always defaults to that, or if it's like Premier Manager. And it's you have to set it somewhere else for it to keep the changes. It's an own goal. So I'll take that. Jacob Larson. Oh, they've equalised anyway. Oh, Stefano Aranio. So Peter Fear. What did I tell you? 16-year-old me would be delighted by that. Half time. There we are. Half time. It's gone really rapid. That 2-1. Oh, they got. This is the Dean Sturridge year. So I think this is the year he got an absolute hatful of goals, isn't it? Igor Stimac and Jacob Larson is a good, decent team though. Not getting many shots in. Both of my shots. Look, I've had one shot from Chris Powell on his debut and one shot from Peter Fear. Plus, I've had my own goal.
And the second half gets underway.
Loving the commentary though.
He's going to shoot.
Oh, he's flashed it wide. So I've not made any subs this time. I did say I was going to bring on Court, didn't I? Let's see what happens here. Yes, 3-1. Cruising. So who is that? That is John Hartson. Right, so just hit pause there. I'm going to go to subs. And I'm going to bring on Carl Court for these last, 13 minutes. Let's take off a Cuckoo. Let's get back to that pause button. Hartson is delighted. He looks delighted. Look at this. Clean through, plays the ball over, loads of people in the box. Oh, headers rock back off the bar.
He's gonna have a go.
Is that Hartson again?
Oh, so near yet so far. It's a goal kick.
Oh, Cunningham it said. Cunningham with a shot. Hartson with a shot, that's a goal kick. Bit cheeky. 3-1 win. 13,000 Derby fans going home disappointed as Masio gets his first win in the Premier League. Jacob Larson own goal. Peter Fear with a beauty. And then John Hartson with that one. The keeper spilled straight back into his path. There we go. I had some few more shots in the second half. So let's have a quick roundup of the table, and then that will be it for episode 1. Right, so there we are, people. 2 games down, up to 8th. We've got Blackburn and Middlesbrough ahead of me still to play, but Liverpool gone top now, won both games, not letting it go. Liverpool, Everton, Forest, Spurs, Chelsea, Blackburn, Middlesbrough, and then us, positioned there in 8th. But like I said, very, very early doors, especially if you've got Leeds and Villa who could jump across us with bigger wins than we had, although we've done pretty well. So I'm just going to check the top scorers list. So what we got: Alan Shearer, Michael Ball, Les Ferdinand, LaBouffe, Kevin Davies. This was an industrial era, wasn't it? Looking back, Paul Kitson, Michael Owen, McManaman. We should be on here somewhere. Where's the Wimbledon guys? There we are. John Hartson, Peter Fear, Jason Yule. So off and flying. Now I'm just going to go to save. So thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, if you played this game, please feel free to let me know what you thought of it, or if you didn't play it, what have you thought of it so far? Is it something that's going to interest you enough to maybe go away and give a little play yourself?